Newly sworn-in Justice Secretary Menardo Guevarra says President Rodrigo Duterte wants him to restore the dignified image of the Justice Department. He replaced Vitaliano Aguirre on Thursday following the latter's resignation. Guevarra says, quote, "The President told me to bring back the DOJ's dignified image." He has not yet reported to the DOJ because he is winding up matters at the Office of the President, where he was Senior Deputy Executive Secretary. Aguirre's resignation comes after a series of misfires by the DOJ, including the dismissal of charges against suspected drug lords Kerwin Espinosa and Peter Lim. An angry Duterte threatened to replace Aguirre if the alleged drug lords are cleared. Aguirre nullified the findings of the DOJ panel of prosecutors and ordered a new probe. But this was not enough to save his appointment. The Institute of Human Services, a leading non-governmental organization in Hawaii, accuses Children's Joy Foundation, a group founded by Pastor Apollo Quiboloy, of fraud. The NGO says Children's Joy Foundation used the institute to raise funds in the United States. IHS says it will file a police complaint against Quiboloy's foundation because it has fraudulently misrepresented IHS. It says more than 24 IHS Hawaii donors and supporters alerted IHS that children are conducting door-to-door baked goods sales on behalf of our organization. The accusation comes as the Federal Bureau of Investigation probes Quiboloy's church for alleged human trafficking in Hawaii. But Quiboloy's lawyer in Hawaii, Michael J. Green, says jealousy can often lead groups to make disparaging comments about others. He adds IHS accusations are clearly a misunderstanding. IHS is a 40-year-old organization that calls itself the oldest, largest, and most comprehensive provider of services for the homeless in Hawaii. Children's Joy Foundation is a 20-year-old charity founded by Quiboloy. Quiboloy is the leader of Davao-based Kingdom of Jesus Christ, the name above every name. He is also a close friend of President Rodrigo Duterte. Environment Secretary Roy Cimatu on Friday says he is against plans to build a casino in Boracay. This after President Rodrigo Duterte ordered the 6-month closure of the world-famous island to help its rehabilitation. In March, gaming firm Leisures and Resorts World Corporation announced it bought a 23-hectare property in Boracay to build a $500 million integrated resort and casino. Environment officials then said they had not yet received any application for permits to build a hotel and casino in Boracay. Cimatu says, quote, "There are many other places for a casino. Why build it there?" He adds he will wait for the DENR study on Boracay's carrying capacity before deciding on the issue. Cimatu says the results of the research, to be released on April 24, will form the basis of issuing an environment compliance certificate. President Rodrigo Duterte wants the National Food Authority transferred under the Office of the President. The NFA is currently under the supervision of Cabinet Secretary Leoncio Evasco Jr. through Duterte's very first executive order. Duterte also wants Agriculture Undersecretary Bernadette Romulo Puya to be in charge of rice importation. Rice importation is under the purview of the NFA, supervised by the NFA Council. The council is headed by Evasco, while NFA management is led by Administrator Jason Aquino. It is not clear what kind of involvement Evasco and Aquino will have in importing rice under Duterte's new arrangement. But Rappler sources say Duterte on Thursday night expressed an intent to abolish the NFA Council and to transfer the NFA and the National Irrigation Administration back to the Agriculture Department. Abolishing the NFA Council will be a big blow to Evasco, who exercises supervisory powers over NFA management through the Council. The President's remarks come in the middle of a tug-of-war between Evasco and Aquino, who disagree on how to import rice. South Korea's disgraced former President Park Geun-hye is sentenced to 24 years in jail for corruption. The sentence follows a trial lasting more than 10 months, with Park being found guilty of multiple charges including bribery and abuse of power. The court found Park collaborated with longtime confidant Choi Soon-sil in demanding and receiving bribes amounting to $21.7 million. Park boycotted most of the trial. She is not present in court for Friday's judgment, which is broadcast live on television. Park is the daughter of assassinated dictator Park Chung-hee. She took office in 2013 as a conservative icon who cast herself in the role of daughter of the nation, incorruptible and beholden to none. Less than 4 years later, she was impeached, stripped of her powers, and ousted from office on the back of months-long mass protests.